Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Corvette channel and our Sunday Coffee with Conti show. It's going to be all business today, but we are going to have some fun. And yes, it's a little toasty filming right now, but you know what? I don't care if it's 90 degrees. I at least got to have 1 cup of coffee a day. Thanks for spending some time with us today. We are going to give you a little bit of brain damage and what's going on in current marketplace if you're ordering a 2023 here at the very end in the extension of 2023 model year. If you've got a Corvette and it is a 2023 and you're concerned if your suspension has been calibrated correctly, I'm going to show you an easy way to check that as well. So once we get past some of that brain damage, we're going to have fun at the end of today's show. It's a bonus ride segment, one I didn't get to do earlier this week. And let's start off today's show with some fun with a new accessory right here from the folks at AMT Custom Designs. You guys know on my sill plates, I showed you some of the accessories, part 2 of Rapid Blue 2.0. I did this beautiful Stingray sill plate. And I know I made a big deal about the 70th anniversary, and I've got a lot of that acknowledgement on my car. But I'll tell you what, I love this carbon flash with the Rapid Blue accents. It matches the car perfectly, and it's very easy to install. AMT Custom Designs made that as well. And I don't know what it is. I'm falling into this blue and black theme. I just ordered some accessory wheels that are Z06 replica style that are going to go on the Stingray. I'm going to have 3 sets of wheels. We'll talk more about that when I actually get a chance to get my car serviced and we get into tracking season, much of which I'm missing already. But those are going to be my dailies with all season tires. So I'm looking forward to sharing that install with you guys. But let's look at this. I showed you this when Paul from Kansas was here. Yes, the Build-A-Bear project. What a fun guy, man. And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to put that on my car. Even this up in here. And I know this is AMT, and they do a great job, you know. And I told you, and sometimes I'm painfully honest, but I said, I don't know about this. And I put it on, and I went, you know what? They do make that in Rapid Blue. I think I'm going to put that on my car. It actually looks pretty good. And we are right now. The typical YouTube unboxing. Ooh, nice job wrapping this up, guys. You know, I sent posters to a guy the other day in New Mexico in a squared box, all packed up real well. He got the posters. Looks like an elephant sat on the box. Man, oh man, I'm so sorry about that, Ricky. We got new ones coming out to you. So you can see this is a double-sided tape, so it's very easy to install. And this, yes. Now you could have done Rapid Blue with a black Jake, but I wanted to do the carbon flash because it's going to lay right in here in this little groove, this little concave area in the front nose of the C8 in carbon flash, so it'll blend very nicely. Won't look like an add-on piece, but what a nice compliment from AMT Designs. Boy, that looks better in person than it did some of the pictures. Yeah, this is great, man. Yeah, this is a fun way to start today's show. Just be careful here. Last time I had a knife on the show, I scared you guys. Rick, you're going to cut yourself. Don't worry, I have, and I probably will again, but today we're going to cut away from myself. You'd think I'd figure this out by now, right? Right. The important thing I can tell you when you put this on is make sure that you put this top edge lip right here at the edge where this is. Don't go up too far onto the body of the car. Don't go down too far as well, so it looks perfect. Fits right in there, right in this concave area. What a nice compliment. AMT Custom Designs. Nice job on this. So, because it's already ready to go, this is going to be pretty much a one-shot deal. That's great. You can follow the seam. Now, you can't quite see it on camera. I wasn't going to say anything, but Dad is going to say something. There's a little scuff in the clear brawl. There's actually stress cracks in the front nose over here, and there's a little spot down in here that you can't see. How did that happen? More on that later. Today's not the day. Anyways, I want to line this straight up in here. Now, incidentally, the front end of this car is clear brawl, so I'm not really sticking to the paint. I'm sticking to the clear brawl, and that really shouldn't be an issue. It should stay there. I don't anticipate it. If it falls off, then I'll just get another one. That looks freaking fantastic, man. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. What a nice compliment to the front end of Rapid Blue 2.0. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. We have a lot to talk about today on Coffee with Conti. Let me get a sip here. I'm going to need it. Actually, I got Maker's Mark in my office. You guys know I'm not a drinker. I don't have that in here. Not yet. Chevy's driving me to drink. It's just crazy. We've talked about it for 4 years, how this is an ever-changing market. What happened this past week with Stingray allocation ordering for May is oh so very true. Out of the blue, we didn't get anything. No emails, no phone calls, nobody stopped by, nobody yelling out the window, hey, by the way, this week Elkhart Lake Blue and caffeine are no longer available. Just thought we'd let you know. We didn't even get that. The only way that I knew is when I went in and I was going to release orders, I saw failed edits. So I tried to recreate an order and then it gave me this screen. This is no longer available for the rest of the model year. That was the message on Elkhart Lake Blue and for caffeine. So the car that I just showed you the other day for the Austins, another kind of a Build-A-Bear project is about to begin, is going to Washington State. That is, in fact, our last caffeine car we're going to get for 2023. So I get this, I got a lot of messages. I get this email from Jeff. It says, Rick, I hope you read this on your show and advise the situation going on with Elkhart Lake Blue on the new C8 Corvette. I've been on my local dealer's list for, oh my gosh, a long time, waiting to order my car. Finally, my turn comes up, and then he tells me that Elkhart Lake Blue is no longer available. I need to pick another color because there's no exceptions for me. That's the color that I want on my Corvette. Is your system showing the same thing? Yeah, unfortunately, yes, it is. Jeff also says, Rick, nowhere on YouTube has anyone really mentioned or encountered this catastrophe talking about Elkhart Lake Blue. And yes, it's canceled, as he mentions here, for 2024. Now, keep in mind, take a look at this. Riptide Blue is replacing Elkhart on the 2024 Corvette. Ordering information is coming out in July, so stay tuned to this channel. We'll let you know. That is subject to change. I anticipate it to change. But when it starts, Riptide Blue is a nice bright blue, maybe a little bit lighter. I think it's in the same tone as Elkhart, a nice heavy metallic. This is, if you want Elkhart Lake Blue, I think the Riptide's going to be a nice alternative, but you're going to have to wait a few extra months to get it. Now what we're hoping is when they, and you know this happens all the time too, the start of a new model year and a new color. I'm sorry, this is on constraint. We're in ramp up. It's not quite available yet, so you could wait another 6 months just to get it. I don't think that'll be the case, but whatever it is, we'll let you know once that all starts. We even got a text message, actually a Facebook message from Terry in Australia of the same nature. He says, Rick, can I ask a legitimate question? Is Elkhart Lake Blue really canceled for 2023? I know that it's not going to be available for 2024, but is it over for 23? Terry, thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for the message. Yes, in fact, it is. And what was bizarre is that apparently there was a notice that it's no longer available on May 9th. Like I told you earlier. No email, no phone call, no nothing, no hey, we got nothing. But on May 11th, when the cycle started, well, they let you know, stop right there, no longer available. So no advance notice, ever-changing marketplace? Yeah, still. So in that Stingray cycle, I wanted to do this in real time last week for you guys. It was a more difficult process to order because of the constraint items, losing those colors, but there's some other pieces, parts, and limited supply of non-Z51 cars versus Z51 cars. That was just crazy. But they started a new ordering system, whole new software on the internet. I mean, I got it kind of figured out, but the problem was it would pop up and tell you there's an error on the order. Okay, usually when there's an error, it'll give you another pop-up screen to let you know what the error is so you can fix it, so you can make it an acceptable order. Nowhere could we find that. If I made any change to an existing order, boom, failed, you're not moving forward. I got to recreate all these orders. If I could get that to do that, then replace it with the existing order. It was bouncing back and forth for 2 straight days, 15, 16-hour days. I think, again, all those customers that were understanding allowed us to get through that process. I'm glad we got what orders we could in, but the constraints made it really, really tough. Out of the blue, 70th anniversary. Here we were so excited to get the extension of production, supposed to, again, subject to change, supposed to go to September 1st for 2023 production. I anticipate that to change. So when it comes to the 70th anniversary package, especially in the white pearl, that is a 1-year only color, they limit the availability. They put on constraint. Not totally not available, but limited supply. There was only 246 white pearl or carbon flash metallic 70th anniversary cars available in the Stingray order cycle. That made it really tough. Came back just briefly. We saw just a couple of the high gloss black wheels. I didn't have enough for all my customers. A lot of people made some serious concessions to get this special car, and I've told you guys countless on this channel. We were tracking, and even better than I anticipated, about 43,000 cars. Record year for C8 this year for the 70th anniversary 2023 Corvette. At the Bash event, here's what they're trying to hit.
We're doing with Corvette over 40,000 total so far for 2023. We're actually the record was 1979. I should just save this for trivia, but the record was 1979 to 53,000. I think 2023 is setting up. It could be among the highest volume Corvette in our 70-year history. So we'll see how it ends up.
Yeah, 50,000 cars, and I still don't have a car on the lot for sale. I feel I've always been, let me just think out loud. I've always been good at predicting a lot of stuff in this car. I've been with it for 28 years. I know you guys. I know this car. I know the market. I'm a marketing guy. That's why I was so upset I couldn't go to the Bash event. But anyways, moving forward, I've been able to predict things and trends I think are happening. I see the tide turning on this car. I predict by the end of the year, you see a couple guys popping up right now on Facebook. I got a car available. I've had a couple of cars that fall out, and life happens. I get that. But I think you're going to see more of that. I think you're going to see cars on the lot for sale by the beginning of the year based on production. They're doing well right now with the car, so why wouldn't that be? 6 months to a year, if not sooner, that's going to be the case. It'll be a different matrix, and then I'll get back to what I love ordering the cars for you guys, but I love ordering the cars for stock, and you come in and you see the cars that I created for you, and you go, oh yeah, I was going to order that anyways. All right, yeah, I'll take that one and drive it home. We're close to that. Yes, there's an abundance right now of used C8s out there. Think about it. You got 4 model years underneath your belt. There's over 100,000 C8s out there. Of course, there's going to be used cars out there. So if you're looking for something more immediate, you want to drive now, those cars are available to you guys. But I get this a lot. People that are trying to order with us, and things change so drastically as far as availability constraints and stuff like that we've just been talking about. But you guys will also start talking to other dealers. And I got this just earlier in the week. Somebody says, yeah, I was talking to so-and-so, and they said it's a year and a half before I can get a Corvette. Okay, if he gets 2 cars a year and he's got 100 people waiting on his list, yeah, that or more. Not with us. That tide is turning. We're starting to place orders just a little bit faster. I'm taking on new inquiries, trying to get those requests processed into your custom orders. Let's face it, used car, new car, you're going to pay good money for this car. So you got to basically place, do you want one right now? And hey, that'll work on the used lot, or it's willing to wait, whatever it takes to wait to custom order the car that you want to enjoy. I'm looking forward to helping you. Yeah, my information has been up on the screen there. Contact me if you're looking for a 23. We anticipate right now, things are changing rapidly, but we anticipate still one more order cycle for 2023. I'm hoping it's a really good quantity. It could be very, very low. Just like a lot of these colors that are canceling all of a sudden and limited availability of certain pieces, parts. You have to expect that just because of the world that we've been in. But when we're used to that all the time. When you're getting toward the end of a model year and you're changing over to another model year, this kind of stuff happens all the time, regardless of what the world's going through. So no guarantees what June's going to hold, I'll let you know. Also, too, talking about ordering a business, in real time this week, on Thursday, we got notice we weren't supposed to get this. I'm not complaining, but again, trying to plan, forecast for ourselves and for our customers is so hard when stuff just keeps coming at you from every direction. We got a surprise Z06 allocation, but those two came with an abundance of constraints. The nation could get the Carbon Flash High Wing, only 205 available. The Visible High Wing, 99 available. Ground Effects in Visible Carbon Fiber, 76. And 70th anniversary editions for Z06, 99 for the entire country were available. And boy, did I need some, and I didn't get them. I've actually gotten, through this whole year, I never told you guys this, and it was just recently, I've gotten one High Wing all year. One. And I guess, here, let me just vent with you guys. That's what happens when I turn this camera on. How you doing? You still full? Good, great, let's go. These dealers that were ordering a bunch of cars for stock and got high wings when I had legit sold orders waiting. And it did work out to be a blessing in disguise for some of my clients, because they said, you know what, I actually like the low wing better. It's more functional getting into the back of the car, and I like those little winglets. That's pretty good. And then you had a lot of the YouTubers that got these cars as VIPs, and oh, I'm gonna keep the car forever. And they all flipped them, and they got the stuff that we couldn't get for the real customers out there. That really ticked me off. It ticked a lot of you guys off. I heard you complain about it. It's like, I had no control over this. Like we told you before, it's Chevy's VIP program. They can do with their product as they wish and extend that opportunity to whomever they wish. Coffee with Conti continues. Welcome to our show. Thanks for joining us, watching and listening. Yeah, my buddy, he's so cool. Sometimes your focus is on stuff in the background. When I'm walking on the lot, you're like, oh, hey, wait, stop moving, Rick. That's my car over there. Yeah, that's my bear right there. Thanks for joining us. We were just talking about some of the YouTubers flipping cars. And we're going to talk more about him in just a second. Austin from Speed Phenom, I think, has done a great job. He got an early opportunity. He was really, I think, the first YouTuber to get a Z06. And he's done what with his opportunity? He's worked his ass off. He's gotten that car. He's made great content. He's provided incredible interviews with people on Chevrolet that designed this car, developed this car, engineers, gave us some great insight, some great educations, wonderful experiences on the track. In fact, I'm hoping to do a collaboration with him sometime later this year, either in his car or both of us driving on the track. I'm looking forward to a lot of fun. So more with Austin, what he's kind of stirred up a little bit, but unfortunately it came at his expense, but we're all again learning from it. He's done a lot with his opportunity of owning that Z06, and he's driving it. I love watching him drive that car.
You have to wind it out to get all the torque. No, it gives you instant torque really all throughout the RPM band, though getting above 3,000 or so, and then the engine is quite alive.
I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around here a little bit. One more thing on Z06 ordering. A little bizarre. We couldn't understand why all of a sudden for the remainder of 2023 ordering that Z06 sold order entry was no longer available after April 4th. If you got allocation, as we're getting now, you could still order it as a stock order, but not having the ability to order a sold order means you can't do museum delivery and get some combo overrides and things like that. But they did announce for the remainder of 2023 that you can, as a stock order with a new order for Z06, order the museum delivery. But explain to me why that is only on Z06 and not Stingray. What is it that we're hiding from? I don't understand. Is it, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole, but I don't understand it. So I don't understand why one and not the other, or not all. It's not on the same plateau. Still Corvette, right? Still 2023. Okay. One more thing about your 2023 Corvettes. If in fact you think you may have gotten the incorrect suspension calibration, this is on select VIN cars, not all cars. You can see the document number right there, and basically the dealership, he doesn't have to look at your car other than your VIN number. He can go into a thing called Investigate Vehicle History. It's what we call VISing a VIN, and we can look right down in there where it says Field Actions. If there's not a number there, if it's a 0 like it is here, you're good to go. If there's a 1 there, then you open it up and it tells you what needs to be done on that particular car. For this right now, VIN specific, if you have an issue with the calibration of your suspension, then you bring it into the dealership. As it says here, certain 2023 model year Chevrolet Corvette vehicles may have a condition in which the incorrect calibration was programmed into the electronic suspension control module at the assembly plant. The correction is going to be dealers will reprogram the electronic suspension control module. Well, that's an easy fix. So you can call your dealership, have them vis your VIN, and see what's going on with your car that needs to be done. Any car that we have here on the lot, before we ship them out, we checked all of them, so you guys are good. I don't think any of them actually needed it, but if it did, Chuck would have done the update for you guys on your suspension. Just like sometimes you get the transmission control, sometimes you got that in the over-the-air in the last couple of years. They did an update to the transmission control module. Kind of crazy, but kind of cool at the same time. Last thing, let's go back talking about Austin and Speed Phenom. Let's talk Z06. But it seems like a lot of times in this past couple of years talking about that car, we've had difficult situations that we've had to deal with. The wonderful opportunity, if you kept, and this is again why there are 223 Corvettes and we don't get the same program. Stingray owners, Don't get, if you keep your car 6 months, 500,000 GM rewards points, which equal $5,000. That's a lot of money. I got a couple $100. I bought some all-weather mats and I'm good. Thank you, Chevy. I appreciate that. Austin Discovered on his channel has done a great job exposing it, and I can tell that he was biting his tongue, went through more than he had to go through, and I hope by the time this airs that he actually has a resolution. It sounds like he's headed in that direction, but he also may be helping all of you. His GM rewards were denied on a Z06 because of some registration on an alternate site. What? There's nothing in any of the communications when they announced this program, when we got the letter from Chevrolet, the letter that you signed at delivery, that you're supposed to do any of this. We were told if you have an existing GM rewards account, that these would be transferred after the 6 months. Now, when 6 months are up, you've got about a 45-day grace period because they got to verify that you still own the car. That was the whole deal, to prevent you from flipping the car. So I get that, making sure that you own the car. These rewards points are a huge controversy. I've listened to his videos very closely. I talked to my customer Michael in Florida, and I think he might be onto something. When we do, oh, my phone's off right now, I'd show you that. When you do the My Chevrolet app, you're getting it for 3 years now. It's built into the price of your Corvette. So when you do your My Chevrolet app, you can see right away in your drop down your previous cars, you can see your 2023. What you have to do is make sure, number one, that you have a GM Rewards account, but you have to, Michael said you have to go into gmrewards.com, log in, and add the VIN number to your 2023 Z06. I think that might be the disconnect right there. We're assuming it automatically transfers because when I bought my 23, I automatically got my points. I got my money. I spent them already. I got it like that. As soon as I registered my OnStar, it showed me the owner of the car tied to the same account. It's different with Z06. So if that's the step that we have to take, way to go, Michael, I think you might be right on that. But if that's the step that we have to take and we have to tell our customers, then why in the hell haven't you told us so we can tell our customers? This is nuts, man. This is wrong. They need to make this right for all Z06 owners, the few that actually, because they tried to prevent this flipping. Everybody's flipping the car. You guys suck. It's just like, nice try, right? It's like, okay, it was a good effort from Chevy. It didn't work. But for the few people that are actually keeping the car, driving it, and enjoying it, regardless of this, and this, there's a timeline. What? Since when? Give them their points, stand up, do the right thing, and let's move forward. But give us better clarification in advance so we can represent you, Chevrolet, properly to our customers. Yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said about that. Yes, it's that bizarre right now. So I think I really didn't want to talk about this, but I think it needed to be addressed from a dealer entity. So again, Austin at Speed Phenom YouTube channel, thank you so much for opening up this can of worms, brother. But that's okay. That's part of what we do on the channel. Very real, very raw, good conversations that hopefully make a better ownership experience for you as a Corvette owner. I told you I was going to need this. Did you? You got exhausted just listening to me. All right, don't go yet. I told you we started with fun. We're going to finish with some fun. We didn't get a chance to do this earlier this week. Check these out. Your beautiful rides to finish up today's Coffee with Conti. Make sure you subscribe. You like this video, make comments down below. And I'm hoping I see you, because Chuck is back. I hope I see you guys with him on Tuesday night.
I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you can't wait. fleeting when your heart's bleeding and all you can see is red. Till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young and I didn't understand that you are the one. And I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. 'Cause I was too young and I didn't understand that you